Chelsea was secured on the boat lift in the shipyard. Our first job was to scrape all the barnacles and growth from the hull, rudder, keel and prop. Once we'd done that, Alex, one of the guys who worked in the shipyard, jet washed Chelsea and she looked a million times better.
Doesn't look like we've got any primer underneath, but there's primer on the rudder, the sail drive and the keel. So obviously this is Hempel. Maybe Hempel doesn't need a primer, it just sticks to it. I was speaking to Marcus, the boatyard manager, and he reckons we need to put primer on it first. I'd rather only do it once than do it and it comes off, because he was saying that if it doesn't take, it will just come off with a sealant.
Okay, it's looking a hell of a lot better already and we've only been here a few hours. Very exciting. They've sprayed some like boat soap stuff on it, so they've really got it clean. So it looks shiny in some places, but we've got to properly polish it and then it'll be super shiny and look amazing. So it looks like there's a huge crack all the way along our keel. This is our keel. But there isn't a big crack. It's where the keel is in two parts when it's made, and over time sometimes that can flex and cause the join to show and it rusts along there, so we've got to sand that out and fill it with either epoxy, which is what our boat is made of, or what our boat is coated in rather, or fill it with primer and then anti-foul. Anodes are, let me see if I can get this right, they are like sacrificial bits of metal basically, and because there's two different types of metal in certain parts of the boat, so I'm just showing you the propeller, because there's two different parts, different types of metal, over time it's like an electrolysis I think, and it causes them to weld together. So you put the anode on, which attracts all of the electrolytes, I may be getting this wrong, so that rots and sort of deteriorates, and the actual metal bits on the boat don't. So the anode, you can see right at the end, it shouldn't have a hole in, but you can see it's done its job, but we need to replace that and this. There was an anode there and there is maybe 0.5 millimetre left of anode around that bit, so we need to do that as well.
I've just rubbed down all the underside of the boat. Now I'm going to take the propeller off and clean it up a bit, change the anode, and then we've got to find out about anti-foul, so I might even service the gearbox and change the oil. But it looks good, doesn't it, compared to yesterday?
Yeah, really good.
So that's the old anode, and this is the new one. I think we got the money's worth out of it. Now I can tart this up, change all the grease and whatnot. It won't be going back on until all the painting's done. But look at this crap in it. So get all this tidied up. So all the bolts are off. That's the old one, that's the new one. I don't actually know it's going to fit yet, but hopefully it will. I don't think it is going to. There's some news. I don't think this is going to fit. So, when we was in La Palma, we was thinking we had to get pulled out, and we went to the chandlery. They said that this was the new anode that they were doing for Yanmar sail drive, so you didn't have to take off the propeller to change it. And then when you look online, it'll also say the same thing, but it's not right. These bolts here are to hold on this front piece, and when you go to fit it, when you take these bolts out, they are a completely different size and do not fit. So these anodes, from what I can tell, are completely useless. So that's another €34 wasted.
Whilst Ryan tried to source a sail drive anode that actually fit, a couple from the sail makers turned up to detach and take away our mainsail to be repaired.
So the guys have just turned up to do our electrics, which is super exciting. They said they might be able to do it in 2 days, which we were told 4 or 5, so fingers crossed for 2, it'd be amazing. Your hair looks absolutely ridiculous.
I expect all of me does. This is not a tan, people. I've anti-fouled myself. Nothing can grow on me now. So basically we had a rust layer here where this is lead and this is steel, and it was on the join. All boats get it apparently. So what we've done is we've just cut it back through the epoxy back to where it was, filed off all of the rust with these two, and then I'll fill it with epoxy, reprime over it, obviously rub it down after the epoxy, reprime over it, and should be good for another 10 years apparently. And then I'm going to start filing this down, which is our impact spot, where we hit, but it's really nothing. Now it's like the water, it really does show how little that was.
Yeah.
For the size of the bang, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, so get all that done and get it primed up today.
Yes. Looking good, babe.
We ended up getting a bit of help with this, which was brilliant. So whilst the guys from the shipyard cracked on with our keel, we were able to get some other bits done.
I've been jet washing the chain this morning, just to get the rust off and make it look a bit better. Try and get a bit more life out of it as well. So I've done half of it. You can see I've done this half, and this half I haven't, but it's all coming up pretty good. Just got to keep turning it and then jet washing the other sides, but that'll be back to new by the looks of things. So yeah, good little trick maybe to get some more life out of your chain. I'm going to undo this nut, and if the oil comes out creamy, it means that the water made it into the sail drive. If it doesn't, then it means that no water got in, but we're still going to change the oil anyway.
Where would the water have come from?
Through the bearing here. If I'm totally honest, I don't really know.
So does that mean that the servo drive would be broken?
No. Oh yeah, here we go.
Is oil going to come out of here?
Yeah, but not very fast. We haven't undone the top. We're only doing it to see if it comes out creamy or not. Oh wow.
Why is it coming out white?
It's not. That's just water.
Oh, it smells. Oh, there we go. So should there have been water in there, Ryan?
No, but the water hasn't made it into the oil, so that's good. So I don't really know what that was, but yeah. Can you grab me some tissue?
From
Anywhere.
Ryan gave Chelsea one last jet wash to get all the dust off, and then we were ready to start painting on the primer. Join us next time to see how the electrical repairs are coming along. Watch the transformation of our hull and find out if our anti-foul ever actually turns up.